Hi, everyone. Good day, and welcome to another episode on Sustainability Matters. Hello, and welcome to Sustainability Matters. I'm Agatha Michael, your host. On this show, we delve into latest developments and innovative solutions in sustainability. Each episode will bring you expert insights, impactful stories, and practical tips to help you make a difference. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. Today we have a very, very interesting guest with us in the person of Michael. I'm not going to attempt to murder your surname. Let's leave it at Michael. Michael is the CEO and founder of Moon Innovations, a company revolutionizing smart solar housing through the smart inverter systems.
Hi, my name is Michael Osumune. I am an engineer creating the next generation of smart homes for productive living in Africa. How is power in your area? What is the security situation in your home? We are currently developing a smart inverter system that uses artificial intelligence for security monitoring, and it manages the way you use power at home. Imagine walking into your home where power is always available and security is always vigilant.
Did I do you justice with that introduction?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Aside from the work you're doing around smart inverter systems, please praise yourself. What else do you do?
Okay, what else do I do? I still do a whole lot of things. I work on the AI IoT as well.
Love that.
Yeah. Basically, as a CEO, you virtually have to do everything, at least at this early stage that we are in, because the entire idea is to see whatever you're doing through to the very end. So if you have to get down to the ground and work yourself, you just have to roll up that sleeve and get onto it. Yeah.
Right, I understand. As someone who is also managing a startup myself, I know about it. You come and dance on social media. You do Canva, you do design, you do everything, and then you still have to do the core work, right? 100%.
Oh,
well done, Michael. Well done.
Oh man,
I've been itching to ask you.
Yeah.
Aside from running Moon Innovations, do you have a 9 to 5 and something else you do on a daily basis that brings the money?
9 to 5, no, I do not have 9 to 5. My one and only job is this. I'm very, very focused on what we're trying to build, because it's not just a one-off problem. It's a problem that has been prevalent for quite a long time. So something like that will require a whole lot of energy, time, and if I should say, let me work with someone or work for someone or do the 9 to 5, I will be jeopardizing that person's business, right? Because of how taxing what we're currently doing is.
I have a personal question around that, but that will be off camera. So while we're here, can you tell us a bit about Moon Innovations, the solution you're building around renewable energy? Right, please go ahead.
Okay, Moon Innovation. So Moon Innovation is a startup basically that designs and develops and also manufactures the Solar Smart Inverter System. That's why Solar Smart Inverter System. So basically, the Solar Smart Inverter System is a all-in-one single box solar solution, providing homes and businesses and also communities with solar electricity, wireless internet, and AI-enabled security surveillance. So basically, our goal was focused on providing the basic foundation for every home and businesses in Nigeria and Sub-Saharan Africa to accelerate whatever they are doing, right? Because there's a saying, I always tell people that digital transformation cannot succeed without the basic infrastructure, especially in Africa. So until we solve the basic foundation, which is infrastructure, then you can now say yes, digital transformation can succeed. But otherwise, we'll keep rolling about the same set of problems until we solve the basic issues on ground. Yes.
I 100% agree with you. And if we don't solve the problem of energy, whatever it is you're doing, really, I don't see how it's going to work. So Well done to you and your team. But what motivated you to focus on this kind of solution? I'm sure there's a backstory to it. Apart from the obvious fact that we actually do need more energy solutions in Africa. For example, like having at least 20 hours of light where I stay currently is costing me a lot of money. So it's obvious. This is for people that can afford it. There are people that, because they can't afford it, are having 2 hours of light in a whole 24-hour cycle, 3 hours. So there's an obvious energy problem in Africa. Aside from that, what motivated you to start up Moon Innovations?
Okay, what basically, let me just say right now, we have no electricity. That is, the grid is currently off and we are running on solar. And this is without the solar, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Right. What basically made me start this was, let me start from the beginning. It's quite a long story, but I studied materials and metallurgy as a first degree. It was a very interesting course, right? It wasn't my choice. My choice was actually electrical electronics, but you know how Nigerian schools happen. It happened to me as well, and I found myself in materials and metallurgy. But up to today, I do not regret it. So my first encounter with solar was actually in my final year. Right, my supervisor was like, "Why don't we build a solar product, solar inverter system? Because every other projects we carry out wasn't going through. Once they're done with the research, they tend to dump it and all of that." I was like, "Okay, let's do it." So it was my first time seeing an electronics product being built, especially in the Nigerian context, right? It was quite interesting because I found out that we could actually have electricity, right, with just the solar product, and that ignited something in me, right? So over the years, I did a couple of research, asked a couple of people, went to a whole lot of people, and yes, it was quite complicated because there were not a whole lot of people that actually understood how to build it, right? And the skill gap was quite wide, right? So I worked a bit, I think for a year. Then when it finally dawned on me that this is actually a problem and we needed to find a way to solve it was when I went to a friend of mine's shop, office, basically. So he runs this office where they play games. It's about both a gaming shop and a barber shop, right, in one place. And so the night before, he was robbed, right? And I said, okay. I went the following day and I said, okay, I saw him fiddling with the camera and the Wi-Fi, and I was like, okay, bro, what are you doing? He said he's trying to power the security camera as well as power the Wi-Fi so that he could have live streaming every day. That is 24 hours of the day. And this struck me like, why are you tying? So he was basically tying a power bank on each and every one of these devices. So it dawned on me that this is actually a problem, right? This is not your average kind of problem. This is an infrastructural kind of problem. So because you could see that there were three contexts there. He had no electricity, he had no wireless internet, and he was robbed. So COVID-19 came and I had to sit down and do a whole lot of research. This was, I found out that this was basically what a whole lot of people were facing. The basic infrastructure of every household and businesses in the 21st century electricity, internet, and security. Every other thing lays on top of all of this. If you're a remote worker, if you are in a community, if you are even working in your facility, you need electricity, you need internet, and you need security as in our modern time. So I took it upon myself to see how we could bring all of this into one solution and offer this as a service to our customers, both in homes and in businesses, whichever one, healthcare, retail. It basically affects a whole lot of people across the board. And yes, that's basically what transpired with Innovation Solar Smart Inverter System.
Amazing. It's one thing to find the problem, and it's another thing to actively find solutions to that problem. But I want to believe that you experienced a couple of challenges starting off. So can you walk us through some of the challenges you faced, be it personal or while trying to prefer a solution to this problem? So yeah, walk us through that.
Okay, problems. Problems, there were a lot. There were a lot of problems. One was funding, knowledge, getting the right skills has been difficult. Part of it was I had to train myself to basically understand the nitty-gritty around the entire system. From the electronic side to the IoT to the cloud to the mobile side of things. That was basically all of it. On the skills side of things, getting skills on hardware development has been a struggle, and it still is because everyone is so software inclined. Right? On the funding side, that's an uphill task. I used to remember I would do it sort of like menial job just to like fund the project and back and forth. You understand? It took a whole lot of time. Not a whole lot of investors want to provide funding for startups when it comes to hardware. There are no quick returns, right? But for me, it's more personal than that. You get if you want a particular place to strive, if you provide the basic infrastructure, right, every other thing basically builds itself. You get so we had the skills, the funding side of things, the import duties, because the import duties that when it comes to government assistance in those developing products locally, right? All of this made it an uphill task for us to actually move as fast as we should. Yeah, but all fine and good. We are where we are, and we'll keep on moving. Yes.
Yeah. Well done, Michael. I tell people that even just living in Nigeria alone is stressful, but it takes a mad person to want to start a business in this country. Not just in this country. As a young person, I was reading a post the day before yesterday, and I saw that it's only delusional people that think that they'll be successful at something and go after it, they charge after it. So you need a certain level of madness to want to be an innovator. Talk less of even like starting the leakless business, or you're charting a territory that's not so many people have before. And I know that there are scars behind the shirt and behind the I'm innovator. So well done to you, well done for holding the fort. I'm sure there are many more young people that need this example that you're setting already. So can you walk us through the connection, right, between solar solutions, IoT, AI? What's the relationship?
Okay. So a part of what we worked in developing the Solar Smart Inverter System was basically we had this plan of introducing just security surveillance, right? Well, from our research, we understood that motion detection had a LAN because anything that passes through it basically detects and sends you a message. And my friend that a couple of people that were robbed and had security surveillance, they've been having issues around this. Once something passes, they get a notification in the middle of the night, and PTSD has already set in, so they tend to wake up and all of that. So it was an issue for them. So we now started exploring the part of IoT and AI. I teamed up with a couple of guys who are currently my CTO and mobile app dev, as well as project manager. We now looked for a way where we could connect system that was remotely providing wireless internet, security surveillance, and that to transmit all of this information to the to the mobile application. So that's where the IoT and the AI came into play, right? So we said, okay, rather than use just motion detection to just detect anything moving, right? Just integrate AI. AI is much more robust, and we started playing with AI for quite a while now, for quite a long time. But not AI on the cloud, right? That's the most interesting part about it. So we've been working a whole lot with AI on the edge device. Again, we got into the NVIDIA Inception programs, and we worked with their solution. We've also worked with the Raspberry Pi while also developing our own. We are working with AWS, right, in creating this ecosystem where the IoT sends all of the information from the smart inverter system to the user's mobile phone. So you could see how much energy you are generating, how much you are spending, consuming. You could see when a fault is actually happening in the system itself. Now, the AI part comes into the security side of things, right? Because of the cost of cloud and the latency issues in Nigeria, we had to look for something much more robust, something we could easily manage on our own end. And that is where we now said, okay, rather than do the AI on the cloud, let's do the AI on edge. In this case, computer vision. We detect people, and you send this notification to the user on their mobile phone. Then they trigger the cameras, right? So it's not like the cameras are streaming all of the time, right? It's basically designed to detect a car, a human being, especially a human being. Once it detects a human being, then it sends you a notification for the time being. A notification on your phone that, hey, there's someone in front of your home, or someone in your shop trying to shoplift, right? Or an animal has trespassed, that sort of thing. As we move forward, we are looking to make this system much more robust, right? So it sends this information to the user's mobile phone using IoT. So we work with, that's where the AI and the IoT comes into play, and also your energy. How do you make use of your energy? Yeah, the AI on the edge basically balances out how you manage your system. Looking at how the weather is going to be in the next couple of days, I think you need to reduce how much load you currently have on the smart inverter system. So basically, for the AI on the smart inverter system, basically works around energy management and security surveillance. And moving forward, we are looking to make this even much more robust than that, because it's something we've come a long way on, and we don't want to stop there. We want to build a whole lot of infrastructure on top of these things.
Amazing. I know, like the last time we met at I've forgotten the name of the event. Was Tech Up. I had spoken to you about how your solution is mind blowing. Like every time I hear you talk about this, I mean all over again, because the problem you're solving for like a core problem that we actually have in this country. Like, and it's amazing how like security is coming together, internet is coming together, and coming together. Michael, you should not be looking for money. Money should be looking for you. I hope you know that. Like, I hope you know that, because
Yes,
Super
I do.
amazing. So please,
Thank you.
loud it
Thank
anywhere.
you.
Any opportunity
Thank
you have to like tell the world that this is what I'm doing, do it, because you can't have this
Yeah.
much light and hide it under a bushel, right? So, and I know even funding goes into
Yeah.
publicity. It's also something that money. So as much
Yeah.
as you can, just like push it out there, and then let the right ears start to hear what you're doing. Every time I sit with you, it always turns to
Yeah.
a get money, get fund conversation. That's because what you're doing is really, really amazing. uh, so let's move to our next question. Really, I know that some key
Okay.
milestones that you've achieved in the last few years working on this project. Can you share some of those with us? What are some
Hmm.
milestones that you've achieved that have been like, okay, I'm on the right path. This will work, right?
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. A whole lot of what we've been doing, we've not just been doing it alone.
Mhm.
The first thing I had to do was I needed a team, right? I needed a team. I reached out to a couple of guys. So currently, we are currently based in 3 countries and 2 continents, right? So a part of my team are Cameroonians, right? Because why we had these mutual problems. Then when my city was roamed, right, and why the electricity was out, right? So it's basically a problem we faced ourselves. So um, some of the milestones we've actually done, we've got a team, right? We're a small team of 5, right, and that have been pushing with different skill levels from mobile app, cloud, edge computing, IoT, and electrical electronics. Even some of them even coming from the universities, right? The other has been
Mm,
we've been working on partnering with a whole lot of parastatals such as NGOs, and Nigerian communication satellite as well. Even other startups that had key interest in what we were doing around community
mm,
healthcare and electrification. And we also had to deploy our solutions, right? Because basically that's where most of the feedback come in. Yeah, like one of the feedbacks we actually got was that why don't we put an alarm into the system, right? Because if we get the notification, there's no one to call. If we want to call the police, it's going to take us a long time to call the police. Before the police even comes, they might have done what they want to do and gone. So we had to put an
yeah.
alarm into the system so it becomes the first point of contact before the arrival of any security, right? Once the alarm starts blowing,
Mm,
you understand,
yeah.
the intruder becomes, yeah, insecure on his own, right? So we've been deploying our systems one step at a time just to get feedback, see how we can iterate. And it's hardware. And with hardware, iteration is not like software where you just go online and
Mm,
go on the computer and work on it. You have to go back with design and get back into the market as well. So that's what we've been doing. We've just been partnering with uh, companies and businesses and parastatals that basically
mm,
help us accelerate our solution much more faster, and also moving ahead to pull our product out. Of recent, we were a part of the Edo Innovation Challenge innovation program. Yes, in Edo State, which sponsored by Bill and Melinda Gates as well as the CC Hub, which offered us $20,000 to
amazing.
basically basically push our
Wow.
solution into the Edo State. Yeah. So that's what we've been working on, to deploy our systems into Edo State. Then hopefully we hope to see that from Edo State to Delta State, from Delta State to the northern part of Nigeria. We've also been working with a couple of NGOs. There's no concrete information as of yet, but the prospects are really huge.
Mhm.
It's quite an interesting prospect on that side of things.
Mm,
We just did a job, a work for clean health, more for clean energy, basically, with sponsored by Dow and Leap Africa. Yeah, so we had to do that. We were even featured on Rise TV. So all of this is we had to work from publicity to the back end development and all of that, because it's a circular thing. You understand? We have to keep everywhere moving at the same time. Yeah. It's been an interesting ride, actually.
Amazing. I'm super proud of you, Michael. Like, it's crazy amazing. One of the reasons I've not dropped thing I'm doing to focus on the solution I'm building is partly because of fear of where will I survive? Nigeria is so difficult currently. The lifestyle is cost.
Yeah.
Which money will I support the lifestyle? But doing it in real time and even getting the recognition that you deserve. As far as I'm concerned, this solution is one of the big things out of Nigeria, and this is just a tip of the iceberg when it comes to the kind of publicity you're going to have and milestones you're going to achieve. So please keep at it, Michael. Well done to you and your team. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
So speaking of underserved and poor communities, right? I know that security, when it comes to security issues, is usually in more developed areas where someone has something to do. Nobody's going to steal from somewhere that's also poor and struggling, except you're a monster. But we have underdeveloped areas in Nigeria that need energy solutions. Are there any plans in the pipeline around deploying these solutions to areas that need them, even just as a basic means of powering their lives?
Yes. So a part of our plan has been this nanogrid infrastructure that we've been currently working on. It basically provides them with the basic electricity, internet, basics of electricity, internet, and security. Right. The security part is not that robust for them, right? Especially on the southern side. On the northern side, that's where they need it a whole lot because of issues of insurgencies and all of that, right? So, so the whole idea around there is we deploy our system here, we connect. So basically, what a nanogrid is more like a mini grid or a microgrid, right? But it's much more smaller, right? So a whole lot of people live in rural communities, live in clusters, right? You have 520 homes and all of that. So for us, we want to say this system now connects 520, 5 to 20 homes, and businesses together, providing them electricity, providing them internet as well, very, very subsidized internet, and as well as security. Because when development comes to an area, the next thing that follows is insecurity, right? So there's a saying I always say, right? People don't know they need security until you've been robbed. It's when you're robbed, that's when you're now okay, I think I need security in this my home, right? So from the onset, we don't want to wait till you've been robbed. Okay, we'll now take the camera down there. No, that's not what we want. We want you to have the basic first. Yeah. Have the basic electricity, internet, and security. Then any other thing you want to build on top of it is fine. If you want to bring in your digital transformation into it, education, online education, remote healthcare, or wherever it is, it becomes much more easier that way, right? That's for us something that is very, very achievable as at that point in time. But without the basic infrastructure, it's not. So that's why we've now designed this nanogrid section of our system, so that we don't just focus on just homes and businesses, one-off homes and businesses, right? We could also cater for these small communities, provide them with the basic of infrastructure. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Amazing. So I have a couple of quick fire questions for you, just so.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So, what's one thing about moon innovations that people do not know yet that they should know about?
Uh, More innovations. What's one thing about more innovations?
You're thinking too much. It's supposed to be quick fire.
Yeah, it's a quick fire. Yeah. More innovation is not just a solar company, right? It's way more than that. It's a plethora of things. We just want to accelerate how people live, right? We are building an ecosystem, not just providing you a product. Yeah,
Love that. Describe moon innovations in
yeah.
one word, just one word.
In one word, futuristic.
This is supposed to be interesting.
A whole lot of people do not know the ideas we have around more innovation. As of now, once we're just giving just the tips of the iceberg, once we're done, don't worry.
Come on, love it.
Yeah.
Love
Okay.
Awesome. So, what's the most exciting part about leading this solution for you personally?
Building a solution. The most exciting part is what we have installed, right? Is what we
Mm-hmm.
have installed. That's the AI part of our solution. So this is just the basic. You understand? Because for there's something I didn't say. We started actually with AI, developing AI solutions, right? Understanding AI. But
Really?
why we actually stopped was there was no foundation for the AI to run. There was no electricity for the AI to run. There was no internet for the AI to run. There was nothing. So we had to go back and say, let's build the infrastructure. Yeah, let's
Love
build that
that. Love that.
infrastructure
This
for
is really
whatever
amazing.
solution we're going to put on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah, love that. Love that. Okay, so what African
Thank you.
country, in your opinion, is doing the best around smart solar systems, like Moon Innovation is in Nigeria?
Smart solar systems. I've not done a whole lot of research, but and
Okay.
quite frankly, not a whole lot of them are currently building what we are building, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I can't think of one because you part of what even solidified our intentions were we traveled to a couple of
Mm-hmm.
countries, talked with people from Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana. I think we talked with Malawi, and then when Ivory Coast, right? We found out that virtually everybody was suffering from the same problem. They will install a mini grid
Right.
and it goes off the second month and they don't find out until the sixth month. Right? We drew our solution from the African context. So it wasn't like we just
Mm.
went and imported a product outside. No, we had to draw a solution from the African context. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for if I should pick one, I would say maybe
Mhm.
Rwanda. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Aside from like
Mm,
solar
yeah.
solutions, like the question originally asked, Rwanda is doing
Mm,
amazing when it comes to like tech
mm,
innovation and all of that.
yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you,
Yes.
Rwanda.
They're doing wonderfully well.
My last question.
Mm,
My last
mhm.
question would be: aside from your own product, right? What other tech innovation excites you?
Mhm.
It must not be in the like solar system or solar solution system, but what other tech innovation currently excites you when you see like the founder developing it, when you're hearing good news about it?
Must it be Nigerian or anywhere in the world?
It mustn't be Nigeria. You can go off.
Okay. Okay. I can go off. There are these guys that do solutions around AI. They are really good. I've forgotten their name. Uh, I will have to check. Uh, just give me a second. Let me see if I can.
Problem.
So basically, what their solution does is basically help accelerate AI products, right? They sort of like sit at the back end. It was introduced to me by a friend of mine, right? He basically
Are
works
they
around AI as well. No, they're not a Nigerian
are they
company.
Nigerian
They're not
company?
a Nigerian. It was no,
Okay.
not a Nigerian company. I think they're American, either American or European. I can't remember.
Okay. I thought I was. I just wanted to.
Okay, okay. So that's one. Any other company doing amazing work in Nigeria is Social Care, because Social Care doesn't just solve one problem. They found a way to mix more than one problem into a single into a single solution, both waste and insurance,
Mm.
right, into a single solution. So those are the two main people. If you say you ask for one, but I'm giving you two, one on the international
No,
side and one on
yes.
the Nigerian side. So those are the
Yeah.
two people that two companies I believe are doing amazing work when it comes to
I mean,
creating the perfect solution for the world. Yeah.
awesome. I'll go check them out now that you've recommended them. I know that it's one thing building a solution, but sometimes your solution can also build you as a person, as a leader. So, what would you say was the biggest personal challenge, biggest lesson that has developed you as a leader, building the solution over the last few years?
You have to have grit, right? Because it's been really an up and down situation for us, right? So you have to have the grit, the focus, right? A whole lot of people, and actually I've worked with a whole lot of people, and a whole lot come in, let's work together and all of that, and they fall by the wayside. And I don't blame them, because it's not really an easy task to build a business or a company. So you have to have the grit. You have to wake up every morning and tell yourself, yes, you have to do it. You have to believe that no one else can do it outside of you. Okay? And you have to be stubborn for you to do that. Yeah. So the focus has to be there, right? You have to tell yourself, like, but above all, I basically want to just leave a legacy, right? That yes, we actually found a problem and we are solving it. As you know, a friend of mine always says, only Africans can solve Africa's problem. So as an African, I'm a Nigerian, I want to solve Africa and Nigeria's problem. Yeah.
Love that. I love that. Absolutely love that. Well done. So my second question really would be around the support you've gotten from, say, partners or even family members as an entrepreneur that is trying something new, that has not seen a blueprint anywhere. What was it like, especially in terms of your relationships? Even like you were speaking earlier about how some people say they want to come and support the work you're doing and then they fall by the wayside. As an entrepreneur who has gone through years of changing, evolving relationships, what has that been like for you?
For that, it's been an interesting ride, right? I would always give thanks to my family. They've been the most supportive. Yeah, my other sister has been one of the best pushers of my idea, right? Even with the little she has, yeah, she has been. She's been there. My father gives me. My father was one of the reasons I had to talk about what we were doing. Basically, I was just inside of the room, just walking, and he would say, "You have to take it out. You have to tell people how it works. You have to show people how it works. So don't just build it inside. Yeah, take it out. Yeah, yeah. My trainers and my mentors have been more like, you have to find a way to make it profitable. You understand how not just for you, but also for the person. You have to find a way to show people value for what they are paying for. You understand? So it's been it's been a life lesson, because in every single situation you tend to like get a new insight to what you're doing, from people to the incubators to the accelerators. You just have to take out something as you're living, wherever it is. You get you just. So that's how it has been for me. Basically, in every situation I find myself, if you're living, I will say, okay, this is what I understand from from all our time together, and I'll take that and make it better as I move along, making relationship as I go.
Love that. Love that. What advice would you give to a young person? Because the demography that follows this show is between the age of 25 and 34. These are all young people that are looking to either start up something of their own or even be a part of something great. What advice would you give to a young budding entrepreneur that is saying, okay, I have this burning passion in me, I want to start this, I want to solve this problem? As someone who has been at this for years now, what advice would you give to this set of people?
Sit down and do the research. Yeah, sit down and do the research. Don't just jump into it because everyone is trying to solve a problem. Sit down and do the research. Ask people questions. You get go to forums, understand how people think. Actually, then do the groundwork before you pick up a pen to write out the idea. You understand? That's the first part. A whole lot of people do mistakes. A whole lot of people, they do not do the research, and they find out that they're actually trying to solve somebody else's compete with someone else's exact solutions. So sit down and do the research. You will find out that there are quite a whole lot of problems that nobody is looking at.
Love that.
That would be my
so how do
my main advice.
Love that. How do people find you, right? If there's someone watching this and says, oh, I need to be a part of what Michael is doing, the solution is building, how do people find you? How do organizations find you? And most importantly, how can people support the work you're doing?
Okay. You can find us on www.mooninnovations.io. We are also on social media. When you get to the website, there's a plethora of link underneath that basically takes you to the to our social media pages. You can join that. For myself, I'm virtually on all platforms, from Facebook to LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. Right. So you could just search out Michael Osumune. My name is quite unique. Right. So you can search out Michael Osumune and you get through to me. How can I? Yeah. So how can you support what we're doing? We have a couple of. We are basically collecting a whole lot of data as of now around how people currently are faced with the problem of electricity, internet, and security. That's one part. We could share the link with you to help us push it out and see how people are. So it basically helps us connect with a whole lot of people, see what areas and how we could focus on those areas. The other part, anyone that's ready, NGOs that are ready to sponsor a solution into communities, right? As you just said, the crowdfunding space, we also have to look into that. If there's any way you could support our solution moving forward by installing it into the community, in the household, or whichever way, we are here, and we're asking you to join us to accelerate sustainable and smart living in Nigeria. Thank you.
Yeah, as little as even sharing a post by the way, go follow Moon Innovations across all platforms, like Michael said. his Moon Innovations across all platforms, or you look for him, Michael Osumune, right? I got that finally. Even as
Yeah.
little as resharing
Yeah.
a post can go a long way and open up
Yeah.
the solution they're giving to as many people, to your network as well. You say, okay, I can't afford any of the systems they're rolling out now, but you can share, you can repost, you can like, you can share your stories as well, so more people can find out about the good work we are doing at Moon Innovations. Thank you so much, Michael, for coming on the show with us.
Well,
Very
thank you,
short
Agatha.
notice. We had this conversation yesterday, 8 a.m. this morning.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Even with the internet
Thank you.
challenges, you've been good sport. So thank you so much. This episode is premiering on Wednesday in 2 weeks, really, because we need time to work on the editing. So thank you so
No
much,
problem.
Michael. We will speak
Thank you.
soon. To everyone that has stayed this far in the
Okay.
video, that means you like what you hear. So please go follow Michael, follow Moon Innovations to keep up with the amazing work they are doing.
Okay.
For now, stay green and stay safe. Thank you.